Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video I am going to discuss the poem My Last Duchess by Robert Browning. As I have already discussed his biography and writing style, so no need to further explain his writing style again. You better watch that video. But one thing very important about Robert Browning is his dramatic monologue. Robert Browning is best known for his dramatic monologue. So, what is dramatic monologue? So, it's a long speech by a single person, right? And there is one, you can say, audience or listener who do not participate in the talk. So, it is monologue or dramatic monologue. And one thing here important is to distinguish between monologue and soliloquy. So in monologue there is one speaker and uh, there is a listener who do not participate in the talk, while in soliloquy is a self-talk, talking to self in solitude, and there are no audience or no listener except for yourself. You talking to yourself is soliloquy. And feature of dramatic monologue includes the speaker of the poem. It is not the poet itself, right? And this person talks to or interact with one or more other people. So we will see in this poem there is a speaker who is addressing to a one man, right, telling about the painting of his duchess. So we will discuss in detail about this poem, right? And apart from that, important is so that's important thing is its first person narration, use of I, my. So you can say about the narrator that it is unreliable. It is important, right? Because we have this last in our final semester there's a question about that the speaker of the poem My Last Duchess, it is reliable or unreliable, and you have to justify it through this poem, right, by giving your justification on evidence from the poem. So we will discuss past papers as well. So now we are discussing this poem My Last Duchess. Duchess, means queen, right? So the speaker, he's talking about his queen, though she is dead now, and her painting is on the wall, and there is one visitor or listener who just came to that duke, and he is describing or telling about his duchess. So the poem begins. That's my last duchess painted on the wall, looking as if she were alive, right? So important thing here is use of first person narration, my possession, which your possession, right? And he is dehumanizing her, right, calling her it, and calling the painting she, right? She refers to painting, right? This is my last touches on the wall, looking as she were alive, looking at if the painting were alive. I call that peace. He is calling his wife, his duchess, peace, right? See the use of words. I call that piece a wonder now. Now she become a painting, a wonder, an art. And who created that art, that painting? That is an imaginative painter named as Fra Pandolf. Fra Pandolf hands work busily a day, and there she stands. She refers to painting, right? Don't get confused with his awkward words, right? And further he said, will it please you sit and look at her? I said, Fra Pandolf by design, for never read strangers like you that picture countenance. So he said that I didn't allow some strangers to look at this painting, right? Though you are now here, so you may look at this the depth and passion of its earnest glance. So now you can look at the lady. It's referred to lady, right? The duchess, the queen. So her earnest glance, her look, her depth and passion. So telling about her, right? She's passionate, her earnest glance, but to myself they turn, since none put by the curtain I have drawn for you. The curtain I have drawn for you, and now you can watch that painting. But I and seem as they would ask me if they does mean dare, if they dare, if someone they don't dare to ask me to show this picture, but I am showing you this picture, this painting. How such a glance came here? So not the first. So this was not the first glance of yours. And are you to turn and ask this? Many people ask me to show this painting, but I am showing you, sir, was it was not her husband's presence only, right? It was I, her husband, who is allowed to look at this painting himself, right? Call this spot of joy into Duchess' cheek. And then he is saying that it was not her husband's presence only, called that spot of joy into Duchess' cheek. It was not only I who used to make my Duchess happy, or joy, or her cheeks, right? Joy into Duchess' cheek, that brings joy into my queen's, my Duchess' cheek. Perhaps Frappendolf chanced to say, maybe the painter also used to give joy to my Duchess, or the painter Frappendolf, he may say that her mantle laps over my lady's wrist too much or painted must never hope to reproduce the faint. Right, even the painter himself and the speaker dukes referred to painter and quoted the words sayings of painter, that he might say to my duchess that her mantle, you know, claw, or the gown, you can say, right? Her mantle laps over my lady's waist, too much or pain must never hope to reproduce the fan. And then half flush that dies along her throat. So that flushing is no more. She died, right? And her flesh died with her as well. Such stuff. So he is accusing his duchess, right, of flirtation, calling her a flirt, right? Such stuff was courtesy, she thought, and cause enough for calling up that spot of joy. She seeks joy, obviously, among others, and she had a heart. What kind of heart? Oh, here use of this hyphen, that is important as well. This show his hesitation. He's hesitating about something what he say, right? And he's accusing her by saying that she calls up a spot of joy, and she has a heart. She has a heart which is too soon made glad, which can be glad or joy very easily by anyone. Too easily impressed. She is very impressed. She can be impressed by anyone easily, very easily. Like she like whatever she looked on, right? And her looks went everywhere. Simple words you can say, he want to say about his duchess, that she is a flirty woman. Sir, it was all one, means everyone. And it was means not the first Rafi. Sir, isn't it all one? Is not a one person, but everyone. My favor at her breast, the dropping of the daylight in the west. So my favor on her breast refers to the gift that the Duke gave to her, right? And she didn't respect for that gift. And what she did, the bough of cherries, some officious fool broke into the orchard of her, means having affair with her, right? You do not show reverence or respect for my gift or her chastity, but she make flirtation with everyone, allow others to broke into orchard of her, means into, what do you say, about chastity of women. She did not respect for that. And the white mule she rode with round the terrace, all and each would draw from her alike the approving speech, or blush at last. She thanked men good, but thanks someone, I know not how. She used to have flirt with men, other men. I don't know how she did so. I do not know. Again, this line is important, right? Accusing her of affairs, but he is not sure. There's doubt. I don't know how, as if she ranked my gift. She ranked the gift of the Duke, right, of mine, 100 years old. So he has gifted his name, his family name, right? And the respect which is concerned with the family name, but she didn't care about that family name or the respect or reverence, but having flirtation with others. So with anybody's gift who had stooped to blame this sort of trifling, right? And trifling, a trivial unimportant thing, right? She's concerned about unimportant thing, but not about the respect of the gift or the family name. Even had you skill in speech, she is addressing to listener and say, you have skill in speech which I have not, to make you will quite clear to such an one, and say just this or that in you disgust me. Here you miss or there exceed the mark. And if she let herself be lesson so nor plainly said, her wits to yours forsooth, and made excuse, right? So realization, she didn't realize what she is doing wrong, right? Flirtation. And she let herself her respect down lesson or not plainly said. And then he say, I choose never to stoop. I choose not to stoop, not to bend down, not to accept her doings, her deeds, what she has done, right? Oh, sir, she smiled, no doubt. She not don't damn care what about she is doing. She is happy, joyous, and she smile. Whatever I've passed her, but who passed without much the same smile. She is passing smile not only to me but to everyone. This grew. This grew. So what does this mean? So this maybe refers to jealousy, anger, or her behavior got worse. And then what happened? This get out of appearance, right? Impassion had reached extreme. So what he did? I gave commands, the Duke gave commands, and then all smiles stops altogether. The smiles of the Duchess stop. So when did your smile stop? When you are dead, obviously. So he gave commands and she is dead. Obviously, he would give commands of her death or to murder her. There she stands, refer to panting. There she stands. Now she become a panting, as if alive. Will please you rise? So he is addressing to the person. Now you arise. It's enough. You have watched enough the panting. We'll meet the company below me. Now we may go below. And I repeat the court account. Your master's non-munificence generosity is ample warrant that no justice presents. So it is actually the incident was based on a true story, right, of the Duke, uh, right, of Duke of an let me wait for a while, I lost it, right? So what actually happened that It was a story of Duke, and he is Alfonso II, the Duke of Ferrara, right, who married to Lucrezia de Medici, who is the daughter of Duke of Tuscany. So she married and she died, right? Maybe from a disease, or maybe the Duke murderer. So this incident was based on that, right? So here, what do you say? So it was based on that, and the Duke, the person came with a marriage proposal, second marriage proposal to the Duke, right? And of mind for dowry will disallow, though his fair daughter selves as I out, right? I do not want, he said, I don't want dowry. Her, his daughter is fair, right? And I'm ready to wedding with her. Its starting is my own object. Nay, we'll go together down, sir. Notice Neptune. Means a statue of Neptune, may be referring to himself as well, through the taming a seahorse. Seahorse, it may allusion to Roman sea god, or uh, also it meant for his wife as well, through a ratty which glows for impark cast in bronze for me. So here the poem ends. Thank you for watching.